Okay, let's unpack this. We've all dealt with, that difficult guest. The one who pushes the boundaries a little, maybe stays too long, makes an off comment.
Sure, we've all been there.
But what happens when that casual rudeness just escalates instantly into this massive violation of personal space and respect?
Well, that's what we're diving into today. We have a single source, and honestly, it's truly explosive.
It really is.
It's a YouTube transcript that details this social drama, but it reads more like a psychological thriller. It's a case study in what happens when those unwritten social rules are just utterly ignored.
The retaliation.
The retaliation is designed not just to end a relationship, but to administer a permanent, visceral, and just absolutely unforgettable lesson.
So our source material centers on a host. His wife calls him Kanu, and two of his colleagues from work, a guy named Anish and another named Shiv.
Right.
And this isn't just a story about bad manners. It's about a deliberate, really shocking act of revenge. And it's all delivered with a glass of lassi.
And that's our mission for you, the listener. We want you to try and move past let's be honest, the sheer shock value of it all.
Which is hard to do.
It is. But we need to analyze this high conflict story structurally. Like, what were the exact social rules that were violated, in what order, and maybe more importantly, dissect the host's really detailed, calculated response.
It's a story about how one man chose to enforce the sanctity of his home and his marriage against some pretty intense external aggression.
Exactly.
So we start right at the beginning. Section 1, the boundary breakdown. The guests, Anish and Shiv, they show up. They're colleagues from Kanu's department.
Yeah, and this is a key point. They're not close friends. They're professional peers.
Right.
And yet, the moment they walk through the door, all that professional courtesy, any kind of social filter, it's just gone. The hostility is immediate.
It starts with a professional dig, but it's also deeply personal. They immediately start mocking his work ethic, his home life.
Yeah, they suggest which means that he just lies in bed all day. And, in a lot of cultural contexts, insulting a man's work ethic in his own home, that's a direct challenge to his status, to his masculinity.
It really sets the tone perfectly, doesn't it?
It does.
They're establishing their own sort of perceived superiority. They think they have the right to judge him in his own sanctuary.
And if they can insult his livelihood right off the bat, what boundary won't they cross? And we see it right away because the focus shifts from him
to his wife,
who they refer to as Bobby. This is the moment the conflict becomes irredeemable.
Kanu introduces his wife and the colleagues just pivot. It's like he becomes irrelevant baggage in his own home.
Completely. And they start aggressively pursuing his wife's contact info. They're demanding a direct line to his household that just bypasses him entirely.
And the words they use are they're just incredibly brazen.
What do they say exactly?
They say, Bobby ka number le lena ye bhai, tu futata hai nahi, tu Bobby ko kar liya current.
Wow. Okay, so that translates to take Bobby's number. This brother doesn't pick up the phone, so we'll just call Bobby.
It's astonishing.
You have to think about the layers of offense there. First, they're calling him a failure at his job, basically.
Right.
Second, they're proposing to just cut him out entirely. But the most critical thing is they are asserting a right of access to his wife's private communication, making her the object of their unsolicited attention. It's a profound breach of etiquette.
It's just a total disregard for his role as the host. You'd expect him to be the mediator, the protector of his own space.
But they're cutting him out. They're treating his wife like an accessible resource. And it doesn't even stop there.
No, when Kanu protests, they just escalate.
That's when they double down. They threaten the home itself. They openly say if he doesn't answer his phone, they'll just show up, unannounced.
Specifically saying, Garhia Jayenj is Bahandem Babisehim Milenj.
Which means we'll simply come directly to the house and use that as an excuse to meet the wife.
An excuse. So let's just recap the escalation. They mock his character, they violate his wife's privacy, and then they threaten the physical security of his home.
A home he owns, by the way. He confirms he bought it 2 years ago, so it's not some temporary place. It's his anchor.
Right.
So they see him as weak, and they see his home and his wife as accessible targets. The moment they threaten to use his wife as an excuse for intrusion, the contract of guest and host is not just broken.
It's torn up.
It's torn up. They've made it clear they don't operate by the rules of basic respect, and you can almost feel Kanu shift from defense to calculated offense. He's decided words are useless.
Which brings us right to section 2, the beverage pivot and the bait. So after all of this incredible disrespect, the wife, Bobby, she tries to de-escalate. She falls back on the universal language of hospitality.
She offers tea.
Exactly. And this is where Kanu initiates the trap. He doesn't just accept the offer of tea, he changes the beverage. He shifts it from the standard, safe choice to something special.
He tells his wife, Chai tu ye lag apni garbe, bi piterahte, hongetu inkolasi pila.
Meaning,
They drink tea at home all the time, serve them lassi, make it special for them.
it is brilliant psychological manipulation. He's weaponizing hospitality against them. He's implying they deserve something better than what they get at their own homes.
When, in fact, that better item is the vehicle for his revenge.
And the guests, just dripping with arrogance, they fall for it completely.
Hook, line, and sinker. Anish, one of the guests, he's immediately enthusiastic. He says, "Kukabana dubana de matza chaiga."
So make it, it'll be delicious.
Yeah, he's anticipating a treat, totally unaware. He's walking right into a tripwire.
And the tension just builds because the host and his wife are just silent observers.
Right.
The guests start drinking it, no suspicion at all. And as Anish is drinking, he actually stops for a second. He notices something in the lassi.
What does he say?
He says, "Dr. Henpai is Migala class kya chocolate."
So, let's see, what's this black stuff in here? Is it chocolate?
And he makes that logical leap, right? It must be chocolate. But here's the deeply unsettling part. He eats it.
Oh no.
And he praises the texture.